Hello, everyone. Thanks for listening to Wake Up, Look Up, a podcast where we connect events happening in real time to the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm Zach Wyrock. In today's episode, we're talking about TikTok truth. We're asking the question, is less really more? TikTok, the social media app that's really in some ways taken over the world, has been home to a new trend recently, a trend that's being called under-consumption core. And it's basically the idea that life works best when you spend only what you need to spend, when you buy only what you need to buy, when you live on less than you make. It's a reaction to social media influencers whose whole job is to market a particular kind of life that involves expensive purchases and a materialistic lifestyle, of course, designed to make you and I, when we watch them on TikTok, want to buy the clothes that they buy and eat and drink the things that they eat and drink. And as a reaction to that influencer culture, a number of young people are participating in this under-consumption kind of de-influencing trend where they're saying, you know what, we don't want to live those kinds of lives, and actually spending all of our money or even going into debt to possess things is not actually making us happy. What makes us happy is being content with what we have and even having some money in the bank. I say this all the time on Wake Up, Look Up, but this is yet another example of how the Bible is ahead of us, that the Bible's been telling us this for years. By the way, the Bible and our grandparents, who have been telling us that you should live on less than you make. You should buy the things you need and the things you can afford. That the only thing that happens with overspending and overconsuming is we get lazier, more overweight, and more further into debt. What these young people are picking up on TikTok is the truth that God has been saying for centuries in the book of Proverbs, where it tells us that the borrower is slave to the lender. When Jesus tells us that the pursuit of things isn't what makes us happy, and he calls us to seek first the kingdom of God and to trust that God will provide the clothing and the food and the other things that we need. And I say all this for really two reasons. I mean, one is Christians are not immune from jumping on the latest trend. Our churches are full of people that are being influenced, people who are pointing to their favorite TikTok, Instagram, social media, YouTube personality as the motivator and catalyst for what they buy and what they wear, what they eat, and what they think is cool. This is a bit of a wake-up call for us. If people who don't know Jesus are saying, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't be discipled by these influencers, how much more so should those whose lives belong to Jesus be awakening to the fact that we want Jesus and the followers of Jesus to disciple us, not people on social media. So this is a call to you to reevaluate the voices you're curating in your own life, the people you're going to on the internet for influence and for truth. Because after all, we're always going to reach the bottom of the current trend. Yesterday's trend was buy, buy, buy. Today's trend is save, save, save. But actually the call of Jesus is to hop off the trend cycle and onto the universal, eternal truths that he is teaching us. The second thing is just to have an increased level of confidence. Even though our culture often rages against what the Bible teaches about money, about material possessions, about debt, even though sometimes we can feel silly for trusting the Bible, even when it looks like the things Jesus is asking of us are not actually going to lead us to happiness or to flourishing, eventually, everyone who's honest, everyone who's paying attention is going to come back around to realizing that the truth that God has been teaching us is just that. It's truth. Because God never misses. He never gets it wrong. And when he tells us something is good for us, it is always good. When he tells us something is bad, it is always bad. You might not be on TikTok. I don't know. I'm not. But even if you're not on TikTok, I bet you hear the call to hop off the train of materialism, to hop off the train of overspending. By the way, if you're a member of a church, I bet your church has resources, whether it's financial peace, whether it's a budgeting class, some way to get your financial affairs in order, to learn the value of living on less than you make and trusting God and being wise with your money. Let's hop off the trends and start listening to some TikTok truth. And let's really discover that God was always right when he told us less really is more. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Wake Up Look Up. While you're here, make sure you click like and subscribe so you get future content from Wake Up Look Up. And hey, leave a comment below letting us know what you thought or interacting in some way with what you just watched. I'd love a chance to talk with you more in the comment section. And also, while you're here, check out all the other content CCC puts out, including the videos that are around me right now.